Blessings, divine beings, Nimue here. Today I want to share with you the Celtic Goddesses, Witches, and Queens Oracle deck. Now, I want to start out by saying that I personally feel that not enough people are showcasing this deck or buying it. I think it is an incredibly special thing, and I'll tell you why, but also I'll tell you that this is my niche of the world. I'm a Wiccan priestess. I specifically study fairy Wicca, and so this is everything that I'm about personally. So that's probably why I think it's so special. But let me start out by saying that I was specifically looking for a deck, an oracle deck, to help me work with the Witch Sister Tarot, which is all about like Celtic witches and goddesses. And so I kind of narrowed it down to this deck. There was another Celtic goddess deck that came out a couple years ago. It has like a blue cover, I think. And then between those and then the new European goddess deck that is on Kickstarter that everyone is raving about right now. And rightfully so. It's beautiful. But right away I was kind of like, I really want Celtic witches and goddesses, not just, not European. I wanted it a little more specific. And then with the other one, the other Celtic goddess deck, it just didn't quite call to me. So I was really looking up this one, and I was surprised that there's only two videos that I could find on this deck, which surprised me. But then I realized once I got it that there's no like publishing company on this deck. So I'm assuming this is not one of those decks that have been gifted to people to do reviews on. And so that makes sense why it's not in a lot of people's hands right now. But I went for it, and I'm going to tell you why I chose this one. Because, and I will read the back, but I want to share with you. So, written by Danu Forrest and Dan Goodfellow. And Danu, well, not only is a goddess in this deck, she is a Celtic deity. She is specifically my patron deity. Oh, I should have her statue here on the altar. One second, I'm gonna get that. Okay, I'm just gonna show you. It's actually really big, so like it's probably not gonna fit. But this is Danu. I'm gonna put her. You're not gonna be able to see her, but I'm just gonna put her right there so I can see her. There we go. So she's with me. So Danu is my patron deity. She's the mother goddess of the Tuatha De Danann people, if I'm saying that correctly. And so I think that's really cool. I'm assuming this is her magical name and not her given name, considering it's forest, but it could be, right? But the credentials of these two people, I didn't know about the the illustrator, but her, when I read about her, I was like, yes, that is who I want to learn about Celtic deities from. Now, if you're not interested in this, you can totally just skip forward, but I am going to read about them to you because I am absolutely fascinated about them. So Dan Goodfellow is a visionary artist noted for his inspirational and powerful imagery, incorporating his extensive and magical mythical knowledge. A member of both the OBOD and the British Druid Order. Yeah, he's a druid. That's cool. He also teaches Celtic spirituality and magic. Born and bred in Glastonbury, UK, the Isle of Avalon, where King Arthur is from. Dan is a proud member of the British Avalonian tradition of artists and creatives integrating traditional and magical knowledge into his work. Wow, that's super cool. I want to meet these people. And then Danu, first of all, she's written a bunch of books. Celtic tree magic, druid shamanism, wild god fairy, the magical year, nature spirits, wild fairy magic, wild magic, Celtic folk traditions. Like, it's all what she's about. So Danu Forrest is a traditional Celtic wise woman and teacher of Irish and British descent who has studied on the Celtic path for over 30 years. So first of all, someone who studied this path for over 30 years, like this is who I want to buy a deck from, because I want her wisdom in what I'm studying and working with daily. So a member of numerous pagan and druid organizations, she is noted for her many years of experience, her gifts as a natural hereditary seer, and her scholarly research. She lives in the wild marshes surrounding the legendary Glastonbury Tor. Can we just pause? If you guys don't know what the Glastonbury Tor is, that's okay. You're probably not going to be interested in this, but she lives in the marshes surrounding the Glastonbury Tor. Like, that is so I don't know, just incredibly special. Danu is also the author of numerous books and holds a master's in Celtic study and is pursuing a PhD in Celtic magical practice. A PhD in Celtic magical practice. Like, of course, where on earth? Well, where else on earth can you get a PhD in Celtic magical practice besides Glastonbury? But still, that's just really cool. And teaches numerous courses on magic and Celtic spirituality. She offers readings and consultations online in the UK. Wow. So, I hope that was exciting and interesting to you as it was to me. And if not, I'm sorry. But that just makes me really, really excited about what she's written in this deck. And I will go over the book kind of extensively because it's important to me. But let's take a quick look at the cards. Or at least the box. Oh, that's weird. So the ribbon opens like this, a little different than the rest. And this is like the same size box as the Rooted Woman. So it's a small magnet flip box. On the back it says, be inspired by the amazing Celtic women in this powerful divinatory tool, which will guide your path to self-empowerment. Drawing upon the deep well of wisdom from the Celtic goddesses and other powerful women in Celtic myth is an oracle filled with authentic and ancient sources of pre-Christian Celtic religion that provides guidance based on traditions going back thousands of years, which remain relevant today. Within the 40 cards are found an array of different figures with foci such as nature, home, sovereignty, fertility, and death, along with elemental goddesses of water, fire, earth, and air. Okay. So the art in this, the art threw me off a little bit. I wasn't sure if I loved it because I didn't like I don't know. I didn't like the border on every single one. It bothered me. But now that I have it in my hands, that's not bothering me, and I really like the art. And there's kind of if you can tell, an underlying I don't know, Celtic designs under each, figure. There's Nimue. That's my name, by the way, my magical name. So I love that she was in this deck. She was also in the other Celtic goddess deck. I don't think she was in the European goddess deck, though. Okay. So this book, let's go kind of in order. There's an introduction. Who were the Celts? So she goes into a lot. Well, she's getting a PhD in Celtic magical studies, right? So she's really smart. She knows a lot of things, and she shares that knowledge here. So she shares in each card, and in the beginning, a lot of history, a lot of what these deities are worshipped for, what effect they had on their time. She also makes correlations between this goddess and another goddess that they are similar to, and then another, for example, she's oh, this mother goddess son was so and so, and I don't know, it was Arcturus or something, and she's he may have been the earliest inspiration for the King Arthur stories. I was whoa, that's super cool, right? So information like that is fascinating to me. So who are the Celts? But the point is, she writes a lot, and it's not dry. It's really interesting. She's a beautiful writer. Is that what you say? Beautiful writer? Yeah. Author. What she writes is very, very interesting, but informative, and it's stuff that you wouldn't just find on Google. A lot of these goddesses are pretty obscure. Some of them obviously recognized, but some of them are pretty obscure. And so she goes deep into information that, you probably would have to go to an ancient library in Glastonbury to find. So women and goddess, Celtic culture, consecrating your deck, and then the cards, meaning of the cards, and then the back. That's fine. Okay, using the cards, creating sacred space, formulating a question. She really goes ask open-ended questions, or focus on your own situation, ask about yourself, not others, focus on the present. Spread and layout, single card reading, 3-card reading, past, present, and future, and then she has a triple spiral spread. Earth card represents the practical and physical aspect of your query. The sea card explores how you and others feel about the situation, and the sky card Is the card of spirit and the unknown or unexpected. And then the Celtic crossbred, and then back about the, oh, she does give a meditation to connect with each goddess card. So that's cool. It's the same meditation, but yeah. And then suggested reading. So, and then what you get for each card, okay? You get the name, where they're, like, what goddess they were, like where, and then the pronunciation, which is awesome. And as I go through this deck, I know I'd mispronounce half of them anyways. I'm going to be using this to try to pronounce it correctly for you, because certain ones that I was confident in saying, I've been saying wrong. So yeah, this will be a little informative piece about these goddess names. And so the first like the majority of what she writes is kind of like the history, the lore, the connections, the impact they had in their time, right? Like her like area specialty. And then she has a beautifully written paragraph of the divinatory meaning, right? This is not like a fluffy deck, but it's not I wouldn't call it a shadow deck either, but it's deep, it's meaningful, it's real. And it's the kind of message that I want to receive. And then there's a lovely prayer that I would actually want to work with. It's not like a little poem or rhyming, it's deep, it's meaningful, and it's gonna, I don't know, be wonderful to work with if you're sitting with a goddess card and saying it as an invocation or a prayer or a meditation. So anyways, I am loving the book. I am loving who the author and illustrator are. And it really does match perfectly with the Witch Sister Tarot that I got it for anyways. So I'm going to be doing a pairing video showing those two together a little bit later. But for now, let's look at the cards. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to try to get closer because I want to hold the book. I want to hold the book and say the names correctly. Okay, so the first goddess we have here is Enoba. And I read a little bit on these already. She is connected to the goddess Diana, the Greek or Roman goddess Diana. Next card is, I always said Ain. Clearly I was wrong. It's Anya is how you say it, is Anya. I had no idea, did you? Did you know it was Anya? Next card, next goddess is Andrasta. Andrasta. The next one is quite fierce looking. She is Arduina. Arduina. This is the goddess Arduina. Okay, let's see this. I always say Aaronrod. Let's see how right. Arianrod. Okay, I was close. Aaronrod. Now I feel silly. So Arianrod. That sounds way more pretty. Arianrod. Arianrod. Yeah, because that's the emphasis on the middle one. Arianrod. Okay. This goddess. This was the one I was telling you. She's like the mother, one of the first mother goddesses in history. She's like a bear goddess. And her son's name is Arteos. And that's who she was saying could have been the first inspiration for King Arthur. So her name is Artio. Artio. Okay. This one, I always said Bab. And like, I still don't even understand. I'm gonna like show it to you. Biv. Not Bab. It's not Bab. Biv. I'm gonna call it Biv. I may still be wrong, but warrior battle cry, part of the Morgana triple goddess, the war triple goddesses. Okay, Bloodwed. I always say Bloodwed. Let's see what it is. Blad, oh, no. Blad Iweth. Oh, that's not, okay. Blad Iweth. Blad Iweth. Interesting. Blad Iweth. Okay. Here we have Boan. Oh. Oh, wait. Oh, I switched them. Oops. I was like, that's not Boan. Okay, I would have said Boan because it looks like Joanne's, like the store. Boan. This is Boudica. Boudica. Yeah, I probably would have said that. Boudica. Okay, this one I would say Bronwen. That seems Bronwen. Yep, Bronwen. Brigid. Pretty sure we all know that one. Brigid. Sorry, I feel like I'm giving like a pronunciation class in like kindergarten. I'm just like teaching myself, so hopefully you're learning something too. Kaliak. Oh, not Kaliak. Kylie? Kyliak? Kyliak. Interesting. Kyliak. Okay, Caradwin. Pretty sure I was right there. I mean, Sarah, she's saying a soft C. Saradwin. So I thought it was Caradwin. So it is Saradwin. Saradwin. I would have said Coventina. Coventina, yep. Right there. Coventina. All right, let's see. I'll just read it before I try. Cray the lad. The lad. Cray the lad. Cray the lad. That's very interesting. Cray the lad. It's Welsh. Welsh words are difficult. Cray the lad is how you say that. All right. Demonia, possibly? Demonia. Yep, that's what that one is. Demonia. Danu. So the namesake of our author here is Danu. Then we have Daunu. Daunu. The elder mother. I think that's pretty straightforward. We have Eponia. Let's see. Epona. It's just Epona. Epona. This one is Ariu. Oh, Ariu. Ariu. I love having the pronunciations. It's going to make me feel so much smarter and know what I'm saying when I'm talking about these goddesses. Oh, Gwenhuifar. 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 Gwen who. Emphasis on the who. Ifar. Gwenhuifar. Joanne the Wad. Wow, she is something. Matcha. Ooh, she is much more fierce than in the Rooted Woman Oracle. She's like just riding a horse in the Rooted Woman Oracle. She is, but it did say this is the other one of the triple war goddess with the Morgan. So, not matcha, like green tea, not matcha. It's maca. Maca is how you say that. The matres, I'm guessing that's probably like the play on the fates. Not a play, but like connected to. So the matres, the matres. Matres, not S. The matres with a Z. Matres. Okay, I always say Meb, Queen Meb. Is that right? Maeve. It's not Maeve. Okay, like the other one, Biv. So the Bab, that was Bab, is Biv, and Meb is Maeve. Man, and that's Irish. Maeve. Queen Maeve. Melusine. All right, let's see. Melusine. 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 Miss. Pretty sure that's just... Oh, Mish. Mish with an SH. Look at her feet and hands and her legs. Mish with an SH at the end. The Morrigan. This one kind of cracks me up. She kind of looks like a comic book, like superhero character in that one a little bit. But the Morrigan. Yep. This one is Nemetona. Let's see. Nemetona. Yep. Nemetona. Ooh, I was saying Nycnaven because she is the Empress goddess, the Magician goddess or something. Yeah, the Magician goddess in the Witch Sister Tarot. And let's see if I was saying it right. Nycnaven. Nycnaven. So a lot of overlapping goddesses in those two decks, which is what I was going for. I'm so excited I got this deck to pair with that one to help me use it. Nimue, this is me. I feel that she looks, I asked my husband, I was like, she looks a little bit like me, right? She's like the one, like, not scary. Well, no, she's not scary. She has, like, long brown hair. Anyways, I guess I haven't shown my face on it. I need to make some videos of, I'm scared to get out from behind the camera. But it's my plan to, like, get in front of the camera soon. Oops, let's see if I'm pronouncing my own name right. Nimue. Ooh. Not Nimue, Nimue. That's going to confuse my clients. Nimue is my magic. I'm just going to let them keep saying Nimue, but it's Nimue. Nimue. This one is Olwen. Olwen. Yep, Olwen. Ragnell. Very simple, Ragnell. Oh, Rhiannon, I always say. Rhiannon. Yep, Rhiannon. I love the designs and the tattoos on all of them. It does feel very Celtic. All the spirals. Yeah, I don't know. I was really hesitant about, that kind of looks like a pie or something. I was hesitant about this deck at first because of the art. I didn't think I loved it, but when I saw who wrote it, I was like, I have to get it. And now I do like the art. I really do. Rosmerta, I believe. Rosmerta. Rosmerta. Oh, Rosmerta. Ros with the Z. Rosmerta. Rosmerta. Sorry again if I really sound like I'm teaching a kindergarten class, but I'm like teaching myself. Okay, this is Skohawk. Skohawk? Wow, okay, that's different. So it's S-C-O-A, I'll show you. Skohawk. Skohawk. I would have said Sethach. I don't know what I would have said, but it's Skohawk. All right, two more. Sulis, is that right? Sulis, yep, Sulis. Gosh, the more I look at these, the more beautiful I think they are. I'm so glad I got this. Seriously, underrated. More people should be showcasing this. Go get this deck if you're into Celtic anything. Right? There's so much great information in this deck. And they're beautiful. Last one is Tamara. Tamara, yep. I would have said like Tamara, but it's Tamara. Emphasis on the Tam. Tamara. All right, thanks so guys for learning some pronunciation with me today. Hope you enjoyed this deck, and I will post a reading of 3 cards, and we'll go like a full reading of what everything the book says soon.